Alright, so let's go ahead and get started. So, Omniscience Awakening is a big set with a numerous amount of new things that really shake up the game, including support for archetypes that exist, as well as one new archetype that is really popular in today's format. Now, let's see what a box is like this time. Oh, it looks like they added this new advertisement for Vanguard Deer Days 2. So, this is supposed to be the brand new video game that you can pick up for Cardfight Vanguard, which is supposed to basically just be Deer Days, like how it was before. So, it's the same 16 packs, at least it should be. Let's see here. We have, yep, 8 packs there, followed by 8 packs here. Yep, still the same 16 packs. No promo box toppers this time around, so that is a shame. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we can get in here. All the nations are supported in this one as well. That includes Lyrical Monasterio, so there will be a large amount of different cards that you can pick up in this set. Let's see what kinds of things we get here. So Stealth Bean Shishida, that's just a generic. This is actually a good one to pick up right now. Lightning Heat Monster Moiflash. So there is an old promo generic for Brandgate El Glima, which I've been talking about on Market Watch a little bit. And this is one of its support cards, which actually makes it pretty strong. Pastry. 2K. Okay. Just a generic effect. And it has to hit in order to put it back to hand. Lace Sword of Indomitability. Okay, so that's just a simple generic. We still get energy markers in this set too. Let's see. Oops. Hikari Myodo is in this one as well, and it's a going first energy marker. Then we got Knight of Heavenly Emptis, Dale Practice? Or Pracy? What is this one? This is for Alden. Okay. When placed on rearguard by Alden, choose a unit gets 5k, and if it's placed on a rearguard with a unit, the chosen unit gets 10 instead of 5. And then this is a 10k shield as long as your Vanguard is Alden. So let's go ahead and keep going here. Moodstar, Hellenus, Baymont? Oh, that's another generic. Then Chimera, this is for Almagestar or Evil Eye. Counterblast 1, look at 7. Get a grade 3 card without Regulus piece, reveal it, put it to hand. So you can get any grade 3, you just can't get a Regulus piece order. That's a little meh. The Infinite Eye marker was also reprinted in this set, which is good because we've only had set 4 which printed these in the first place. So that is going to be very useful. Live High Fury. This is a Flemglam support. 5k power, 5k shield for every 2 of your opponent's open rear guard. That's interesting. And then Heaven Rise Dragon. This is another Alden support card. Give 10k when another unit is put on the rear guard this is on. So Alden is really shaping up to be exactly like how Jewel Knights are right now from the V series, where if you play on top of them, they all give you additional effects. This is part of the ride line for the new Leal Odium. Then we got Ronald. Right, Eugene support. Eugene got a retrain in this set for anybody who likes playing Eugene. We got some prison support in here too. Mage of Destruction. This is for Youthberg. 5k shield And if your soul is 3 or more Rebel forms, Energy Blast 3 for 15k shield. So we can become a 20k shield max. Tidy. That's Oriron support. Then we got Mock Fighter. This is an interesting one for Impaldo. Your opponent cannot put rear guards from rear guard to the Guardian Circle. And then we got Flamglam Grenande. So what does this one do? Let's see. When placed on rear guard from hand, counterblast to look at the same number of cards as the number of Flamglam in their card names. Choose a card, put it into hand, and then if you have a grade 3 Flamglam. And Energy Blast 2 to retire, you get the original power. If you have a... That's interesting. So it makes all of your Flamglams 13Ks. Very interesting. As to targets there, well, yeah, from what you mentioned, there is actually one frame rare in this set that is actually worth to pick up. Hopefully see you in Chicago, huh? Oh, you won't have a problem with that one. I am in Chicago. Or rather, close by. Manuel, and then... I don't understand why they reprinted this. Double Gun of Duststorm Bart, the starter for Eugene. I get it's the starter for Eugene, but it's still so hard to understand why they just reprinted the same character. They could have at least done a different one. Okay, it's Orphis support. Shadow Army tokens when your other unit is attacked, retire. It's pretty simplistic. Then a Leo card. When placed by riding a grade 0, reveal a grade 3. Oh, this is part of the ride line. I see. Ah! Hilarious. We got Distorted Bane right after that. This is the rare version, of course. This card does come as a rare. But this is why, as was mentioned on the chat, this is the card you want to get as a frame rare. Because this frame rare is actually worth a lot. Oh, and then there's this card, Bonding Monster Jumbo's Crusher. So I got a chance to play against the Bat deck yesterday, and I gotta say, it is scary to fight against. It is really scary to fight against. Because this card, based off its skill, it gets 10k and crits depending on what's in your order zone, and it stacks. So you can continuously keep on using the skill as you restand it with Edglima, and this thing will get higher crit, higher power, and it'll be very difficult to block. It's a strong card, and never underestimate that one. The deck is ridiculous, but it also does require some luck, because it is a lot of top deck checking to get your stuff. Okay. What is this one? It's a Blitz order. Give a unit 10k. If it's the third battle or more, 5k. And fifth battle, it gets 5k until the end of that So it's basically a bunch of 5ks for a single battle based off of different conditions. We got some Greedon support in here too. A grade 3 or greater Greedon. Bind this card. Energy Blast. Choose a Vanguard. And it gets 5k until the end of turn. And then Lascara support. So this is Valana? Yeah. Okay. Oh, messed that up. And let's see. Placed on... Okay, so this is for Resile. Oh yeah, I kind of remember. Ah, here we go. The Destined Timepiece. This is a new token. Well, no, I shouldn't say token card. It's a... Well... Token card, but it's a set order. And it's used with Leo. Aegis Absorber. Astrum support. If you're grade 3, Astrum, intercept from the back row and 5k plus shield. And then... Alright, Headway Router Dragon. So this is an Impaldo support card, which can get you more cards and then also Soul Blast more stuff for you to get more gauge. So not a bad card, but I wouldn't say it's what the deck needed. More than $3? Honestly, when I first saw it on Sneak Preview, yeah, it was a few dollars to pick up, but on release, it immediately dropped to about $1, so the timepiece is much easier to pick up now. Okay. And this is just the starter for Liel. What else? Aerial launcher. On during your turn if you have an Andra. That's the series from set 2, right? I think so. Ah, Fanatic Garlic. This is a hilarious card. During the battle, this unit boosts a plant token. It gets 5k for each plant token. And then when your plant token in the same column as this unit stands, stand this. So basically, you play this in Claudine, for example. This thing with a plant token makes a very powerful column that can restand once. That makes the deck pretty funny. At the end of the battle, placed by Vanguard. Okay. Oh, a silver rare. It's Demonic Path Autocrat Vasargo. So these are the new generic cards that you can get for this. Let's see. So what did these do again? If your G zone needs to have no cards for this to work, and it basically does this. You can discard it from your hand and take 2 ride card decks and put them back in your ride deck. And then you look at the top 7 for a grade 3 that isn't the same as your Vanguard. And if you fail to hit it, you just put this card back into your hand. Otherwise, it also gets a Guardian base skill. If your soul has 4 or more cards, it'll get 5k shield, and if your opponent's G zone has a card, you bind a grade 3 or greater from soul or drop, and this unit gets 10k. So it can go up to 20k worth in shield, depending. But that is not a bad one. And I was lucky to pull an FFR of that during the sneak preview, too. Flaw Tree, Lascara support. And then we got Resplendent Bullet of Duststorm Lieutenant. What is this one, actually? Let's see. If you have a grade 3 Eugene... Okay, Eugene support. Okay, let's see then. We keep going. Do it myself. Choose a unit, 10k. Attacking a rearguard, 20k. All these anti-G zone cards. Set 5 is shaping up to be like an anti-G zone set of support. Like, the Vasaro, we just saw the do it myself, and then there was a Blitz order over there that also plays around having a G zone. I know Eugene gets a lot of crap, but I don't know. Yeah, and I kind of honestly, oh, Academic of Record written. What we get here? Soul Rhyron support, right? When it attacks, if a normal unit was revealed by Soul Rhyron, you give this 10k, and then you put this into Soul. Bind a card, choose a non-sentinel, put it on the top of the deck. Yep. So all these stipulations to make sure that you do not put sentinels back into your hand or deck. Lissafiel. Yeah, Lissafiel support. And then Reflective Dragon, which is more Reziel support. I apologize to all the Eugene fans for just kind of skimming over some of the stuff, but hey, if I pull Eugene, we're definitely going to give it a read. If your opponent's G-Zone has a nut... This is what I mean. If your opponent's G-Zone has a card, this gets 5k, 5k, and if they have a face-up card, 10k, 10k. This is truly an anti-stride set. Alright, B-Hero. Call the scout. Okay, Galactic B-Hero support. And then, when the suit attacks, if your other rearguard was placed on rear, other than from hand, soul charge 1. So, just a generic soul charge option. And then... attacks are boost if this unit is on a marker circle. So another soul charge option. And then we got another of the anti-G card Guardians. This is an interesting one. Abundant yields fruitfulness. So, kind of taking from Neo Nectar, they're doing something where you need to have the same card names for a lot of their abilities like this one. So look at the top 7, choose 2 abundant yields, call them to rear, shuffle. If you chose 1 or less, you can call a plant token, which is not bad. But this is a grade 3. Mega Barb Dragon. Triumph Dragon. Okay. Right. Each of these starter deck cards also ended up getting these back row interceptor generics. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Let's see. Enter the Battlers. This is Rotovisor, right? Or is it... Actually, it could be Ostrom. Choose one of your units being attacked 5. Look at the top 3 cards. Choose a card without Sentinel or... without Sentinel other than Overtrigger. Call it to Guardian. Put the rest on the bottom. Okay, so this is just a generic Blitz order. But it just so happens to be a Nova Grappler featuring card, I guess. Put into Soul... Grade 3 or greater. Okay, so that's for Lisfera from the last set. When it boosts Divine Skill of Chris Rain, 10k. Alright, so power up if you use Chris Rain. Lissafall again. And then the Anti-G Zone Guardian. Roving Probe. This is also for Impaldo from the last set. Gives you Soul Charge and Energy Charge, but it doesn't give you the most critical aspect. We need more Counter Charge. And we got a triple rare of Asagro. Well, that is very, very ironic. So we got the triple rare, we got the silver rare, and during the sneak preview I got the FFR. I wonder if I'll just pull an FFR of that in this pack. Okay, so we got... What is this? Rode Upon by Duststorm. Okay, so this is a new ride line for Eugene. Top 5. Look for a Duststorm, put it into hand. So not bad. Order Zone 2 or more, that's pretty generic. And then... Oh, this is an Abundant Yields card too. Okay, so this is a whole separate... And then we got another one. If you have a rear guard with Abundant, retire 10k. Okay, so that could be its own deck. Simpa, we got through that. Storm Slasher Dragon. This is for our new Malworm Bargra. So, when retired from rear guard by a grade 3, call it to back row's rest, and then if you have the Malworm Bargra, you can stand it. And then it's 13k if you're in the Malworm state. And we also got Machil. Amical Passerte, okay, for Energy Blast 3, and then when choose 3... Oh, it's its own archetype? It's a grade 3. Chose 3 units, all the chosen units have different card names. Counterblast 1, choose 2 rear guards, move them to Guardian, and this unit Okay, so similar to that one card from Bruce, I cannot remember its name. What was its name? The card where if you're in Final Burst, it takes 2 cards from your opponent's rear guard and throws them into the Guardian Circle immediately. Interesting. Okay. So we've gone through... Wow, we're getting... That was 4 lyrical cards in a row. 5 in a row. Wow. Okay. Okay, we got Greedon, Desire Devil. Okay. Look at the top 5 of your deck. Get a Desire Devil, put it into your hand, and if you have a grade 3 or greater Greedon, Soul Blast, Bind, choose an opponent's rear guard, and put it into Soul. Not bad. Oh, that's not bad. We got Beta King of Miracles, Reziel. So, this is one of the big cards for this set right now. It effectively is the same as the original Reziel, but it also allows you to call an additional card if you put a Reziel from your hand as Soul. And then, if you have the original Faded one of Miracles on the Soul, this will get another 5k for each of them, and it also gets the Divine Skill as well. So that's not bad. I already had Res Isles in set 1, so I've been trying to build it. And that was actually the last one I needed of that one. Got that. Are we doing this again? Are we really doing this again? Are we really? Wow. That is hilarious. That is actually pretty hilarious. 5 lyrical commons in a row, 2 times in a row. And it was the same one. It was the same ordering, too. Wow. Okay, what do we get here? Vanguard. When your other unit is placed on rear in the same column as this, counterblast, choose an opponent's back row and retire it. A Blaze Chimera. This is for Odium, I think. Place on rear if you have a grade 3 Leal. Counterblast, look at the top 5. Choose a grade 3 or less, call it to rear. That's not bad. So some simple calling. Okay, what do we got next? Secret recipe. I'm gonna have to take a look at this archetype. I did not really do that much research on these side archetypes. Oh, we got a Direful doll too. Place on rear if you have a grade 3 or greater Direful doll. 5k until the end of turn, and if it was placed by a card ability, it gets 10k instead. Not bad for a common. Water Walker. This card reminds me of a different character. I cannot remember which one though. If you have a grade 3 or greater Marlin, intercept and can intercept from the... Oh, okay, so that's for the starter deck card. Let's see. If you have a grade 3 or greater Saracel, Oh, same thing basically, but for the Cater Sanctuary variant. The sneak preview, Matt? You get it. Well, you get it as part of the sneak preview. So it depends. It really just depends. So in my case, I ended up getting a pizza box. So every pizza box comes with 2 mats in it, along with a set of the promos and the Overtrigger promos as well. So I ended up getting these from the pizza box. Because for the most part, at least from what I've seen locally, it's more likely for people to pick up the individual packets rather than having the actual sneak peek tournament. We used to have it quite a lot until sometime during G format. Yeah. Shiny energy. Yeah, that's right. This time we got Odium, basically. Okay, so we got the anti-G zone for Brantgate this time. And then Coastal Assault. What is this one? Flagberg support. When your rear guard in the same column stands, grade 3 or grade... Okay, so it basically stands itself for extra boost. If your opponent's card was bound by your card effect, put this unit into soul and draw. Bound by your card effect. And it's Brantgate. What? Which one am I thinking of here? Messiah? Like, this could work with Messiah, but I'm... Is there a different one? I can't remember. Shoot. Istar, this is for Leal, and then we got a frame rare of Rotovisor. Or Roving Probe. Sorry, Roving Probe. And then Harpoon Dragon. And Uchinomaru. This is for Vargra too. Do we always get 2 FRs? Yes. Typically you'll get 2 FRs, but if you get an FFR, it replaces one of the FRs. That's what I've seen so far. Well, historically, that's what I've seen all the time. So basically, you'll always get 2 cards with a frame around it. If you're lucky to get a double frame rare, it replaces one of them. Alright. What is this? Tight Trio? Passerati stuff? Sequence Wizard. So this is also one of the new Leal support cards. What was it? Placed during the main phase, if you have a grade 3 Leal, look at the top 5 of your deck, choose a grade 3 or less, call, and when your other unit is bound by a Vanguard's ability, this gets 5k and you can soul charge. So this box had 5 triple rares in it. The typical amount is 4, so it is a little unusual. What is this? Energy Blast 2, put a Dark States card from Soul into drop. Oh, it's another variant of anti-G zone guarding. Crimson Foliage, what is this? When this unit attack 23 or more. That seems a little redundant. Anti-G zone guarding, and then what is this? Overcharge stuff. If you have 3 or more overcharge, 10k shield. If it was chosen by Alcriba, 10k power. Circummechanic. You rest this unit. Nope. Nothing. And then when placed on rearguard, put a regress gauge. No. Yeah, put as regress gauge. Choose a unit and it gets 5. And then. Oh, this is an interesting one. The Inquisitive Squirrel? Really? Anyway, at the end of the battle this boosted, Soul Blast 1, you can move this to an open back row, and if you moved it to an Infinite Eyes marker, stand it for 5k. Interesting. So it doesn't really give you any plussing, but it at least enables you to either do some additional boosts or potentially even attack from the back row again. I'll have to go back and reread how some of Levidress's units work when allowing back row attacks, but that makes it sound like you can attack from the back row with it 2 times, but you would need to be an open rearguard circle, so that means you can save some cards by playing it, and because it moves to an Infinite Eye marker, it can also get extra power. I still have not actually gotten to play against Levidress, and I haven't played it yet, so that's still something I have to get used to, especially given that it's going to be a popular deck in this coming format. Future again, so that's our anti-G guard. Or sorry, anti-G zone. Valano again. Ah, I see. And then we got another energy marker. Which one is it this time? Oh, the Sybil version of now. That's right, the dark version. And this is the one that works with the new Vargra. Or plays the new Vargra, I should say. Okay, Light Arrow Turret. What is... Oh yeah, the Sarvicel Interceptor. And then we got the Oslard version. Okay. I think I need to start opening these the other way. I keep getting hints as to whether or not I actually pulled something, because everything is always up. Oh. Yep. These are... Oh, not quite. We got a just-in-time piece in this one. Not quite that mapped. Link Spear Dragon, and we got Volano Soldato. What is this? Lacera, look at the top 7. Choose a Volano or an order without Regulus piece. Put it in your hand. And if you have 3 or more Volanos, this gets 5k. Okay, let's try opening them like this. Nope. Not that easy. Wow. Okay, let's see here. What is this one again? If it boosts and your order zone is 2 or more rest cards, it gets 5k. Pretty simplistic. The Abundant Yields again. Oh, we got another silver rare of the generics, and this is for Lyrical Monasterio. Sivals Velo Heruel. Oh wow, this is hard to read. Herisol. Okay. So the only difference is really in the condition for the first part of the guard statement. Vasargro was if you have 4 or more cards in Soul. For this one, it's if you have 2 or more open rear guard circle. Okay, so that's not too bad for the silver rares. And we got another Distorted Bane. Yeah, Bell Shocker again. E-Star. The Battler's Blitz Order. Alright, Flame Glam again. And then Almont Colossus. This is used for Odium as well and is a pretty good card. When it's placed on rearguard, if you have a regress gauge, counterblast to draw and soul charge, and if you have 3 or more regress gauges, this has boost on top of that. Alright. Let's see what else we got here. Alvenda. Are we getting it this time? Yeah, we did. The five lyrical straight. I swear. Almost feels like if you're playing poker, you get that, and you're like, flush? Flautry. Ah, not bad. We pulled one. Destin 1 of Time, Leo Odium, the last of the Destin 1 cards. So, this one, let's see. During your turn, all your front row rear guards get 5k for each Distorted Bane. And then when this unit attacks, you can Soul Blast to choose a card from rear or hand, put it face up as a gauge, and if you put one, this will get triple drive. And then its divine skill is the very coveted turn skip. At the end of the battle it attacked, if you have 5 or more regress gauges, you discard 2, you get an additional turn, and during the additional turn, this unit gets drive -1, and you skip the ride phase and main phase. So this card is pretty coveted for this set. But the way I see it, it doesn't really feel like a true turn skip, because considering it is a turn skip, there are some other downsides. Since you're turn skipping and you miss your main and ride phase, you cannot persona ride, you lose the persona ride from the prior turn, and then you can't even set up a new board. So it honestly just feels like a gimmicky Leonore turn where you basically get to make at least 6 attacks, essentially. Okay, let's see. But in any case, the deck is still strong regardless. Having triple drive without being a stride deck is going to be tricky, at least in the Japanese format, but thanks to the fact that we'll probably be playing the regular Sanctitude versus the new one from Festival 2024, because we didn't get the Barry collaboration, and because we didn't get the Barry collaboration, there's no reason not to play the original Sanctitude right now. Cardinal Draco Newslish. When a unit is placed on rear or guardian, if you have 2 or more shadow armies, this unit gets 10. Yeah, and when this unit is retired from rear, you can put it into your hand. So not bad. Yes, we did miss that VSPO collab. That had some good artwork too. I would have been happy just collecting some of that. It sucks. Okay. Bymeth and Geeth. The anti-stride again. We got the grade 3 fruitful. And what is this? Mermaid Practice Talma. Oh, it's Chris Rain support. When it's placed on rearguard, if you have a grade 3 or greater Chris Rain, Soul Blast 2, search for a grade 1 without Sentinel. If you don't have a rearguard, 5, shuffle. When it attacks, if you have a grade 3 or greater Chris Rain, 5k. Ultimately, lots of power gains. Okay, let's see. Voyage. Then Mecha Spec. Harpoon Dragon. So that means we got... I think that was our first frame rare. Mega Barb and Aegis Absorber. So we got the 2 starter deck back row interceptors again. Okay, that is lyrical as well. Right, part of the... Oh, two parts of the ride line for Odium. Percenta and... Okay, so we did get two double R's here. If your bind zone has a card with the same card name as this, 5k. When your grade 3 or greater Leal is placed, bind this to draw. And when this unit is placed on rear from hand, soul charge. When attacked at grade 3... Oh, it's Flagberg support. Okay, so basically, continuously keep on adding different stands so that you can max out on Flagberg's effect while really pressuring your opponent. But Flagberg, excuse me, doesn't seem to have been getting a whole lot. That's pushing it up there. Alright, we got another Garlic. That's nice. I did actually build Claudine, so getting a few of those. I want to test those out. Ronode. Is that part of the ride line? Yeah, it is. When it's rode upon by Eugene, Energy Blast 3 to draw 2, choose a card and put it into Soul. That's good. And then when it attacks, if your opponent has 2 or less rear guards, 5k. Not bad. Ushinomaru and Roving Probe are the next ones. Yep, as usual. I saw something there. Tyrion. That Lyrical Monasterio pile is getting big, though. Jeez. Okay, I guess that's not working. Well, when you have so many packs that have 5 lyrical cards in them, I guess that would do that. So we got Soul Edge Dragon and we got Waving Congregate Glitch Pulse. This is the generic for Brantgate. And this one's guard condition is when put on Guardian, if your order zone or drop has a set order. That is a very easy condition to meet. That is a really easy condition to meet in Brantgate. That is good. In fact, it almost feels like you could use it with Impaldo, except for the fact that if you're soul blasting part of your ride line, then you want to use it for gauge. So it's a hard call. Suhi. What is this one? Murky Barb Letter. This is another Levy Dress support. Counterblast and remove an Infinite Eye. Draw, choose a rear guard and it gets 5. Pretty simplistic. Oh, there we go. It's Eugene. Let me see what this new one does again. So, it's also regarded as the original Heavy Artillery of Duststorm Eugene. Rest 2 rear guards, choose a column, and retire all of your opponent's rear guards in that column. So, yeah. Basically, No, it is better than the original, because I think the original only retired 1. And then when this unit attacks a Vanguard, Counterblast and Soul Blast to look at the top 5 of your deck, choose 2 grade 3 or less units, call them to rear guards in the same column, shuffle the deck, and this unit gets 5. If your opponent's Vanguard's grade 3 or greater and your opponent has 3 or more open rear guard, all the units called get another 5. That's actually not bad. Because for one of the biggest improvements here is that everything that it gets from the top 5, it calls to and then puts the rest back into deck rather than discarding them. So you don't lose triggers like with the original Eugene. That is already a plus. And then on top of that, it gives extra power and multi-attack because now this is during the battle phase. So it's actually not a bad card. Alright, let's see what else we got. Ah, we got another Moe Flash. That's good. Then Pastry. Indomitable. Oh, that's nice. We got a silver rare of Jumbo's Crusher. That's pretty nice. Then Obscuiter and Nova Grappler Permafrost. Actually, what's this Obscuiter? Oh, it's Overcharge support. Placed on rear, if you have a grade 3 or greater Choose a card other than a trigger from the drop. Put it on the bottom. Oh, this could actually put perfect cards back. Then draw a card, and at the end of the battle, this attack the Vanguard. Chosen by grade 3. Put this unit to soul. Choose a unit. 5k. Yeah, because a lot of cards that put cards back into the deck usually have a stipulation saying you can't put Sentinels. But this one doesn't have that. And then Steam Burner, followed by Harpoon Dragon. Two left. Let's see. Anything interesting? We got the Anti-Stride Guardian. Oh yeah, the B hero that I pulled before. Twist Angel, which is not too bad. Anti-G, Nagil. Drag Ritter Badia. So this one is also overcharged. Yeah, it's overcharged support. If it was chosen by Alkriba, it gets 10k. And if it's placed on rearguard from hand, choose a card, choose an overcharged different card from this, or a equilibrized scale of the world. You put it in your hand, and if you reveal the card, you have to put a card into soul or discard. Is there actually a benefit to discarding as opposed to putting into soul with that deck? I've never actually played it yet, and I haven't played against it yet either, so I'm not too sure. Oh, we got another Moe Flash. Nice. Pastry, Indomitability. And here's the other frame rare. Glowing in the Night Anmari, which is Petralka support. When it's placed on rearguard, put a card with Petralka and its card name on the bottom, and this unit gets 5k until the end of turn. To the bottom? Well, I guess that does make it easier to pull out more stuff for Petralka later. Yeah. And then Mock Fighter, and that's it. So, that was 2 boxes of Omniscient Awakening, and let's just do a quick recap here. Frame rare wise, there were 4 of them. We didn't pick up any really big rarities like FFRs or anything. It's very rare for me to actually grab anything like that on stream with these boxes. And then silver rare wise, though, we got 3 of them, which one of them was a double per box, which is not guaranteed, but not bad. Triple rare wise, we got 4. We got 9 triple rares altogether. Typically, you'll get 4 to 5, depending on luck, to be honest. And then double rare, 4, 8, 12, 13 double rares. Kept all the grade 3 searchers. I mean, yeah, it really depends on how frequently they'll get used in the future, given that they are generic. So down the line, there's definitely going to be a deck that'll use them at some point. You have to remember, like with the Order Cyclers from set 11, the only one that had any significant value was the Dragon Empire one because Vermilion. But, as we all saw, Tedfall became the big one after the Cater Pile strategy got put in. So that ended up becoming a $40 card for a while. Now, Orions, which is Dark State's version, thanks to Odium, now everybody wants to play that, and that card is back in the $20 range consistently. So yeah, you cannot put down any generic that has some decent value. For crying out loud, when I think back to set 5 now, especially with Impaldo, like Panther Ray is just a discard draw in 5k, and just because of Impaldo, it became like a $10 card for a while. And now, thanks to this deck, you got to watch out for Experiment Successful, which is also from set 5. That is an EVA order card. It's a research order, and it was our very first one. But you got to watch out for that one now, because this deck actually plays it. And on top of that, my friend was showing me yesterday on TCG Player, because I missed it, the SP has been bought off the market. So, yeah. Never underestimate even the simplest of generics. One day, sometime, they can get big. And oh geez, this lyrical pile of comments is huge. I don't understand why there's so many more of the lyricals. Probably just because of this Amical series. I have to research this one a bit, see if it's fun. But otherwise, yeah, all the other common piles are much smaller, but lyrical gives you a lot of commons in this set. As for the markers, from the looks of it, you should be guaranteed at least 2 energy, 2 of the timepiece, and okay, so basically you should get 1 of each marker per box. So you don't have to worry if you're buying a lot of boxes, because you'll end up with 20 copies of each of these if you're buying a whole case. Don't have to worry too much about that. As for the rares, I mean, the ratios of the cards really don't change. You're still gonna... Let's see how many we actually got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 41. We got 41 rares in this box, in these 2 boxes. So about 20, you still basically get about 20 per box, which means effectively 1 per pack. But you don't necessarily get 1 every pack. But I'd say that's a good summary. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching.